years ago there lived heroes. Not the ones with funny looking capes, but the real heroes of the world. Yes, yes, my children, please gather around and listen to these wonderful tales. Martha Washington was born on June 13, 1731. She was a well-educated girl growing up in New Kent County, Virginia on Chestnut Grove Plantation. She was 28 when she got married to George Washington on January
6, 1759. We are gathered here today to celebrate the union of Martha and George Washington. Do you, George Washington, take Martha Danridge as your wife?
I do.
And do you, Martha, take George Washington to be your husband through all pain and suffering and sickness and in health?
I do.
Then I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Martha Washington was known for her hard work, passion, patience, and loyalty towards her husband and her country. She was a strong, independent woman. During the Revolutionary War, she had taken the role of a caretaker for the soldiers.
I'm merely doing my job.
And on April 30th, 1789, the very first president of the United States was elected. His name was none other than
George Washington.
Please don't leave.
We love you. You're such a great grandmother.
I love you all so much.
Date of death, May 22nd, 18.
2. She will always be remembered as a remarkable woman in our history.
That's so sad.
I know, children, I know. But don't you worry, another hero is new. Her name was Phyllis Wheatley. Born on May 1753 in West Africa, Phyllis was captured and brought into slavery at the age of 7. She arrived in New England in 1761 and was purchased by John Wheatley to serve his wife, Susanna.
Ye flowers that drop, forsake by the spring, ye birds that left by what's this word?
Summer. Summer is a season in the middle of the year. Try saying it, sounding it out. Summer.
No worries, Phyllis. You're doing very well.
Summer.
Good job.
But the Wheatleys realized her intelligence and encouraged her education. And when Phyllis was at the age of 13, she started to write her own poems.
Behold, the prophet in his towering flight. He leaves the earth for heaven's unmeasured height.
Fantastic, bravo.
Phyllis Wheatley did many things.
Cool, like what?
She was the first African-American slave to write published poems and the third American woman to do so as well. She published her first book of poems, Various Subjects, Religious and Morals, in 1773.
Wow.
Yes, and...
There's more? She's so cool.
Yes. Do you remember the name of our very first president?
George Washington?
Silly, it's George Washington.
Correct. Phyllis Wheatley got recognized by George Washington for her amazing poetry. She even received an invitation to meet him at his headquarters in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Such a powerful aid came somewhere within the lines of
Proceed, great chief, with virtue on thy side. By every action let the goddess guide. A crown, a mansion, and a throne that shine with gold unfading. Washington, be thine. God bless Phyllis Wheatley.
So cool.
I want to be like her when I grow up.
Kids, we must finish the book. Let us move on to the coolest spy in town.
Spy? Whoa.
Not like in the movies, though. She was a different kind of spy.
No way.
Yes, Wayne. She didn't do flips or shoot guns. She used the power of her mind, appearance, and words. After all, people did say that she was an intelligent and charismatic girl who lived a high society life. Now let me ask you a question. How old were your parents when they got married?
69.
I'm 7. I don't know. Since I am 8 years old, my parents got married a year after I was born when they were 30. Assuming they are the same age, my parents got married when they were 23 years old.
Well, okay. Peggy Shippen got married when she was 18 years old. She married Benedict Arnold, a general in the American Revolutionary War of the Continental Army. Her family was very loyal to the British and were known for their sympathies towards Great Britain.
Day, mate. Hello, chap. I would love a cup of tea. God save the Queen and King. Cheerio.
Part of a nutritious breakfast.
Blimey, that's rubbish. Yo, give me some freedom.
Oh, shut your trap, always complaining.
A month after their marriage, Benedict undertook his career in the Continental Army as a trader. He passed information to the British through John Andre, a British officer, and in exchange, Arnold would get paid a large sum of money. Little did anybody know that Andre was actually Peggy's close friend, and that she was the mastermind behind it all. But when her husband was caught as a traitor against the nation, Peggy didn't confess her role in the crime. No, instead she played the victim card. She was finally caught and banned from Philadelphia, but boy did she fool us all.
Do not be fooled by this treacherous woman. She has committed crimes against our country, our homes, and our families. This woman is a spy.
That sums up the story of Peggy Shippen, a deceitful woman who has the highest paid spy in the American Revolution.
Holy cow.
What happened after that, Granny?
She moved to England with her kids and died of cancer. Don't worry, my children. Our next chapter is here with another hero. Have no fear, because St. Elizabeth Seton is here. Seton was a saint who established the first Catholic school in the nation, and she also founded the first community for religious women called the Sisters of Charity of St. Joseph. Her legacy includes religious congregations discovering Catholicism in Italy.
That's so cool.
Tell me more.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a sister.
I have a sissy too.
Well, I'll tell you a fun fact. St. Elizabeth Seton had 5 kids.
A lot of siblings.
She was a great person overall. One of her daughters was also a nun too. She was an inspiring woman, and I'm glad to be sharing her legacy with you children.
Faith lifts the soul and hope supports it. Experience says it must. And love says let it be.
And last but not least in our book is a woman named Sojourner Truth, who was born into slavery as Isabella Baumfried. She is remembered for being an abolitionist and a women's rights activist.
What's an abolitionist?
Silly is abolitionist. That's someone who works to end slavery.
What's an activist?
That's someone who fights for change.
In 1826, she escaped to freedom, leaving her husband and children behind, except for her infant daughter Sophia. But 2 years later, she learned that her son Peter had been sold illegally to a plantation
Our
owner.
son has been sold illegally to this man. I cannot stand still and allow this to be considered okay.
This became one of the first where a black woman challenged a white man and won. In 1843, the woman Isabella Baumfried changed her name to Sojourner Truth and devoted her life to abolish slavery. The next year, Sojourner even joined the Northampton Association of Education and Industry, which was founded on the ideas of freedom and equality. Now, no more questions. Let us continue with the story of Sojourner Truth.
Wow, she sounds great.
Yes, I know, Tori. And have you ever heard of Ain't I a Woman?
You mean I have a dream?
No, that's for something else now. Ain't I a Woman was Sojourner Truth's famous speech which she delivered at the 1851 Women's Rights Convention.
Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man, when I could get it, and bear the lash as well.
And can you even believe that she talked to Abraham Lincoln about her beliefs and experiences?
Whoa, Abraham Lincoln?
Sojourner Truth was a determined woman who fought for what is right in a time when things were different, and she'll be known as one of the most famous 19th century Black American women.
These women are so cool.
I'm sorry, kids, but the book is not over.
Aw, darn it.
Is there anything else, Grandma?
Wait, yes.
I'm a man.